Hey guys, Verlis here, and today we are looking at Clefable as well as Garbodor. When I said in my Garbodor video, I'm looking for 5 other Snorlax, and I'm really trying for it. Most likely it's that stockpile. But Cosmic Power is the same thing. Boost defense and special defense by 1 stage. And it has no limit, so it's actually better than stockpile. Problem is, not many Pokemon that are tanky get a hold of it, so they can't really use it too well. Clefable can, and with such strength and beauty that it's just amazing. It becomes the almost perfect of perfect tanks. With being just a fairy type now, it doesn't have the fighting weakness. And I feel it's a lot better to trade the fighting weakness for the steel and poison. Just because there's a lot stronger fighting types that I feel can one hit you without a Cosmic Power or with a crit than steel or poison types. There are a few, but I feel the threat just isn't as bad. Also, now as a fairy type, there's more resistances, which means you can wall out an opponent by switching in and really setting up against them better. So I feel that that's a nice thing to have. The only drawback I see with Clefable that it doesn't make it Snorlax, it has much less hit points, because Snorlax is just one of the most hit point bulky Pokemon ever. But Clefable still has some really nice hit points. That's why I feel that 240... it actually lets me go past now, but that 240 hit point, or EVs in the hit points is really nice. Get 390, 391. After that, go with a Sassy Nature, or maybe even a Bold, or not Bold, the Calm Nature, depending on what you don't care for. I don't think it matters. So, I mean, you could put that down, just put a lot of points in defense, balance it out with that special defense boost, and now you have a Pokemon that has almost like 240 defense and then over 250 special defense. You can kind of play with that to make it realistic, but something like that, you know. And that could be a really cool setup. Just keeping him really balanced, and then Cosmic Power after that, it doesn't matter. Those first couple boosts are going to be insane. Then Clefable just becomes the ultimate tank with even more options for it. Sofboiled. Heals user by 50%. It has its own heal engine that doesn't require a berry, that doesn't require any kind of shenanigans. It just straight up heals itself for half of its health. And it takes a lot to get it down to half. Also, item, leftovers. Perfect leftovers Pokemon. There's not really much else you need to put on Clefable, so keeping leftovers on him is very strong. And then it's very annoying too, if they're only doing 1/8 of your health and damage, you're getting half of that back. Now they're just chipping away at you and you can soft-boil it. Really, really good. Magic Guard. Magic Guard is the ultimate tank ability. Can only be damaged by attacks. One of my problems with Snorlax is that when there's weather, when I'm burned, you're taking consistent damage for a good chunk of health. If they're hitting you for a 16th to a 20th of your health, doing pretty much nothing, and then you come and take an 1/8 from burn and then another 16th from weather, that does a lot more damage than they can do back to you. Magic Guard cancels all this out, and it's beautiful. You can still get the status, like you can still get burned, so your attack will drop, and you can still get poisoned, which doesn't really do much. But you don't take damage, and that's what matters. So right now we have a huge defense bulk, soft-boiled, so you have heal, a heal item, and an ability that doesn't let you take any unnecessary damage. To round it out, Seismic Toss, a flat damage move, equal to the user's level, which means you're going to be doing big amounts of damage whether you play in level 50 or level 100. Not a lot of Pokemon have over 300 health. Not a lot of Pokemon have over 300 health. You can start really running away. You can 4-shot people with Seismic Toss. Not bad. Set up a Toxic, make it a 3-shot with a Soft Boil. It just has really good setups like that, and it's so fun to use. It's amazing. Aromatherapy, you don't need it. I'm just kind of like going through because it does have Charge Beam. Charge Beam is one of those moves. It's like instead of having Seismic Toss and Toxic, do you want to have like Charge Beam and Ice Beam? You know, set up against something, get your special attack really hard, and then you can Ice Beam everything down in your way. So on top of your Cosmic Power, it is a lot more to have to work with, but it can pay off more if you can get set up, because then almost everything in your way is at the potential of getting 2-shot instead of 3-4 turns with setup. So there's a couple ideas that you can do there, and Clefable is just amazing as a tank. Like those stats That's pretty much like Snorlax's level of defense without the health, but Cosmic Power makes up for that. Takes a bit more time, but with the resistances and weaknesses that Clefable has that Snorlax doesn't, very good together. Good combo, potentially in double battles. Just a good combo to have overall on like a team. You know, if they bring out a fighting type, switch into Clefable and start setting up. If they try to stop your Clefable, you can go back into Snorlax and set up again. Some funny stuff. So, I hope you guys liked this. Today was 2 Pokemon. Try to do that like once a week, maybe. Yeah, just pretty much once a week. Try to keep it down, but I feel this is a good idea and it can work, especially if I'm doing a Pokemon that's trying to be like Snorlax. So that's 2 Pokemon today that are like Snorlax. And I think that was pretty awesome. So, hope you guys liked the video. Always comment, always tell me what you think. Thumbs up the video if you really like it, and most importantly, have a nice day.